According to a study by the World Economic Forum, the typical 65-year-old has only enough savings to cover about 9.7 years of retirement income. Now, this study was done before we entered the current bear market on Wall Street. So the question might be, how long might it take to get back to even? Well, your guess is probably as good as mine, but if recent history is a guide, after the global financial crisis that started in 2007, it took 1,376 trading days, or nearly 4 years, for the S&P 500 to return to its previous high. After the dot-com crash in 2000, it took more than 7 years to get back to even. So there are challenges out there that we are facing that could turn our retirement dreams into a retirement nightmare. So let me give you some examples. The typical household nearing retirement has an average of only $135,000 in their combined retirement accounts. And that's only enough to provide, at most, maybe $600 a month in income. Here's another challenge. Even healthy couples will face extreme healthcare costs in and during retirement. It is currently projected that a healthy 65-year-old couple retiring now will spend an inflation-adjusted $535,000 on out-of-pocket medical expenses not covered by Medicare. That is an astonishing number, and it is significantly more money than many retirees have actually saved. If you live longer than average or have some health problems, your costs could be much, much higher. Now, in addition, we have another problem, and that is taxes. Future tax rates may have a major impact on your retirement. When asked, most people believe taxes will be higher in the future, but something they rarely consider is the fact that none of the money in your IRA or your 401k has ever been taxed. So you didn't actually save the taxes on your retirement contributions. You only deferred them. You defer them into a future where you have no idea what the tax brackets are going to be. So not only will you have to pay taxes on the income you receive from your accounts, but you or your heirs will owe taxes on all the money in your account that you might leave them. For example, if you leave money to your spouse and she takes income out of that account, or he takes income out of that account, that income will be taxable, but the underlying amount that is still left in the account upon the second death and passing it on to the heirs, that will be fully taxable to the people that receive it. And that could amount to an additional reduction of your retirement account by 20 to 50% or even more, depending upon the tax brackets of those that inherit those dollars. Something else to consider. If you're counting on Social Security to help close the retirement income gap, keep in mind that Social Security benefits have lost nearly 1/3 of their buying or purchasing power over the last 22 years. And this is due to inflation, as many of the things that retirees typically purchase have increased several times faster than Social Security cost of living adjustments. And that statistic is from before inflation spiraled out of control and hit a 40-year high just recently. Now, there's another issue that very few people even know about, and that is 20 years ago, the prevailing traditional planning standard was that you could safely withdraw as much as 6% of your retirement account each year for income. So if you had $1 million in your account, you could take out $60,000 a year. Now, a few years later, that number was reduced to 4%, meaning instead of being able to take out $60,000, it was recommended that you take out only $40,000. But now, if you're planning on following that recommended 4% rule, you actually have a 50% probability of running out of money over a 30-year retirement period. In fact, the current recommended annual withdrawal rate is just 2.8%. So if you have a nest egg of, say, $500,000, that would give you just about $1,166 a month. If you have $200,000 saved, you could withdraw only $467 per month. That certainly isn't very much. And with $1 million saved at retirement, that's $2,333 a month. But keep in mind that that is before taxes. So the net amount available for you after tax will be much lower. When you hit retirement, what kind of a lifestyle do you think that will provide you? So what more proof do we need that conventional investing and retirement planning strategies really aren't working? And isn't continuing to do the same thing with an expectation of different results the classic definition of insanity? We would love to help you. And so if you'd like to learn more about how you can build wealth faster, with more certainty and less risk, as well as implement financial strategies that will offset inflation and provide you more tax-free income, then please click on the link below to schedule a free 30-minute, no-obligation appointment to get started on creating a more certain financial future. Oh, and one more thing. Please take a minute to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can continue to receive notifications when we publish new content. And finally, let us help you create a financial plan that works under all circumstances and economic conditions. We look forward to meeting with you.